Hey, what is going on, guys? So today we're checking out the updates for the RB Studio Final Fantasy VII Remake Tifa Lockhart statue. So this statue's had a pretty big change. It looks a lot different from when we first seen it. I mean, there's a pretty massive improvement. The statue looks so much better now. It's got a much better sculpt, much better paint job, and just the overall body proportions of the statue look to be pretty accurate. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you guys don't miss out on these updates. So as you guys can see from the original photos, I mean, the statue didn't look that great. It didn't have the best sculpt, not the best paint job, and yeah, there was just something off with the statue which I didn't like. I had no intention of ever picking up the statue. I just think it's by far one of the worst Final Fantasy VII Tifa statues that I have seen. But as you guys can see from the new photos, it just looks so much better. It looks like a completely different statue altogether. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with what they've done here and how they've improved the statue so much. So here's a bit of information on the statue, just in case you guys want to check it out. So we have the full price, we have the product size, and we have the release dates. So as you can see, it's still to be decided, but I assume the statue is probably going to be out around probably like the second or third quarter of 2021. And as you can see, it's a pretty small piece. It only stands 18 centimeters tall. So yeah, this is one of the smallest Final Fantasy VII statues. So I think the head sculpt on the statue is pretty good. It's actually got quite a nice likeness to Tifa from the game, and I actually quite like the paint. I mean, it looks very crisp and clean, and yeah, I just like the whole tone, the whole complexion. I think around her eyes might be a bit too red. I mean, you can really see that they've really added a lot of blush around her eyes, which I'm not sure if it looks that great. I think they can probably tone down on the blush, but I mean, for the most part, it is pretty clean. You can see all the eyelashes painted around her eyes, and even the eyebrows are pretty nicely done. I think it looks like a much older Tifa, like a much more mature version of the character, which I have no problem with. I mean, these statues are all interpretations of the character. They aren't official statues, so I mean, these companies can really do whatever they want, so they're never gonna be 100% perfect to how the characters looked in the game. And so as for the body piece, as you can see, it's based off Tifa in her purple dress in the Wall Market mission. I think they've made her body like almost a bit bigger, like she's a bit thicker, if that makes sense. They've really made her chest a lot bigger, and I think her hips are a lot wider. So I don't think it looks that close to the game, but like I mentioned before, it is a much more mature version of the character, and I think it suits the overall design of this piece. I mean, the whole dress looks pretty nicely sculpted, and quite nicely painted too. I also quite like the pose. It's a lot different from what we have seen. It's a much more playful pose. And it's actually one of the few statues that we've had which have been on the ground. As you can see, she's kind of kneeling down. It just makes it much more unique compared to the other statues out there. And here's a look at the side of the statue itself. Yeah, I mean, everything looks great. The hairpiece looks pretty nicely done. I like the earrings sculpted in there. I can imagine they may be quite fragile, so yeah, you may just want to be careful of that. And here's a look at the side of the body piece and the arms. And of course we have the dress piece, which I mean, it's pretty short. I don't remember it being this short in the game. But anyhow, moving down here to the legs and her heels. And of course we have the display base. We have like this piece of fabric, which to be honest, I think is actually pretty cool. We haven't had any statues like this with this type of base. Usually they're themed bases, which is based off like a location in the game. But for this one right here, it just seems to be a very simple base with a nice wooden platform with a piece of fabric, just to protect the statue, which I really like. I mean, it's got nothing to do with the game, but it just looks pretty cool, and I think it looks much more professional. So yeah, in my opinion, I quite like the base. It's very simple and clean. So now the statue is cast off, and of course I cannot show these photos, but yeah, basically you can just take off the dress piece, and of course you guys will know what to expect. So yeah, I'm not going to cover that, but yeah, it does seem to have a pretty nice paint job on the body, and quite a nice sculpt. Anyhow, let me know what you guys think of the statue in the comments below. If you guys like it, if you dislike it, and if you guys are going to pre-order, let me know in the comments below. I'm still waiting on my pink Studio Tifa statue, which I really can't wait for. I'm gonna have a review of that statue once I get it, so I hope you guys will look forward to that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Take care, stay safe, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Alright, take it easy guys.